Welcome to Hollywood Deli. I'm your host, Blue. So, listen, let's talk about it. Sister Wives, episode 16. Y'all know I'm not doing any full hearted deep dives. So, what we're going to do is we're going to listen to some clips from TikTok from episode 16 that I felt that were very interesting. And I want to give my commentary on some of the things that Cody has said. So, in this clip, Robin and Cody, this is more like a preview of what's to come and throughout the conversation between Robin and Cody on Coyote Path.
I've had three women who've decided I'm not worth it. I don't want Robin to see me as a worthless.
When I met you, you loved your wives.
Whatever I've done in these marriages, they're done. I'm done. Will you?
So listen, right? That what he said is very telling. So he says that these women have decided I'm not worth it. There's the problem right there. He thinks he's the prize. He thinks that these women are supposed to keep fighting over him, groveling, and wanting to compete for his affection. And Robin thought so too. And she enjoyed that competition because she was winning at it. And now they're done with him. He's all trying to spin the narrative as if he's the victim and these women have left me, as if the prize, him, has done nothing to warrant them to leave and acting like he didn't push them out the door. I find that just very, very interesting. So here's another clip of Cody and Robin talking about Janelle and her trying to pretend like she wants him to work it out with Janelle.
Like, not even Janelle?
No.
She's,
She,
I mean, do you think you could
she's
ever?
just not that intimate. I mean, emotionally.
Oh,
She just doesn't kiss my butt enough, Robin. She's not chasing me, Robin. And so, no, there's no chance of us reconciling because he wants them to chase him like Mary did. Mary chased this man for years and years and years, and he enjoyed that attention. That's why he kept her around partly too. The money was a big part of it, but I believe that the reason why he kept her around too, he enjoyed her groveling and wanting him all the time and kissing his butt. He enjoys being the catch.
I don't, I mean, like, don't you think you could work this out with her?
No, not at all.
I think that he wants to work it out with her. He
Robin is getting on my nerves. The damsel in distress game and the playing dumb and trying to repair her image by coaching Cody. Like we literally see her coaching Cody in this conversation to say what it is she wants him to say to make her not look so bad.
does. He goes through days where he's frustrated, but then other days he's like, "Yeah, we could work this out."
Oh please.
And I've still been sort of hanging on to this.
Her and I are not seeing eye to eye. And I would blame it all on her, but I realize that I'm not loyal to her either. I really don't care.
Oh, he finally admits that he's not been loyal to her either. And now it's that he's finally being like truthful that he doesn't care that he's not loyal to these women. Mind you, Janelle in particular has given this man everything. I mean, everything, all her body, her finances, and for him to just act like, oh, well, I don't care if she thinks I'm loyal to her. See what happens, ladies, when you give more than you've been given? It's in a relationship, it should be 50-50. But Janelle always gave more than what this man gave because he didn't bring shit to the table. And what pisses me off the most about the OG3 is that they reinforced this man's ego. They made him think he was the prize. And how did they do that? They boosted him up by giving him all the resources and this woman. And they made them, these two bums, think that they are above them and they were the backbones of this family. So that really like pees me off because they are the reason why he thinks he's a prize.
You
I
don't
did
think that, like, you guys could?
suck it up for the sake of the
No,
kids because
no,
that's
don't.
what it'd be. Stop. You've got to stop pushing this on me, Robin.
Mm. First of all, he's talking about suck it up for the sake of the kids. Janelle wants nothing to do with him. So there would be no reconciliation, even if he wanted to. He's been begging Janelle, fake begging. Like sometimes men, that have been always the catch in the situation and you've been chasing, 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 when they see that you're not chasing them anymore, they will try to bait you into chasing them. And once you start chasing them, they'll reject you. But she hasn't given him that opportunity anymore. She's let him know it's done. We're not compatible. I want nothing to do with you. And so when they were sitting down having that dinner, remember at the restaurant, he wanted her to consider reconciliation with him, even though he knew he didn't want her. He wanted the opportunity to reject her. And now he's trying to say Robin's pushing this on him. Robin isn't pushing anything on you because Robin hasn't done anything to help you reconcile these relationships. If Robin really wanted you to reconcile these relationships, you would do that. But you burned the bridge so badly with Janelle, you can't do it. And so Robin is only trying to hold on to Janelle because now she realizes, oh shit, this looks pretty bad. I look like I destroyed the family. I've got to pull one of these sister wives back that he can tolerate if it were an option. And because Janelle's rejecting him so hard now, he's steadfast in saying, I didn't love her. She's not loyal. Before, he wanted to reconcile with Janelle. And once Janelle finally got a backbone and pushed him away, he changed his whole tune. Now he doesn't want to reconcile with her, and she's not intimate enough. She's a relationship coward. All these things, all these crazy things he keeps saying. Now, don't get me wrong. Janelle is definitely guarded when it comes to him, but rightfully so. He is toxic and draining. He's a succubus, just like his wife.
You and I have a truth. We share it looking in each other's eyes.
They're so cheesy. He is so cheesy. He's talking about you and I have a truth. We share it and look into each other's eyes. It's just the way they talk to each other, at least on the show, it gives me like dr- uh, a dramatic like a dramatic film or a dramatic Days of Our Lives show or something like that. It just doesn't seem genuine. It seems very scripted and played up, and I don't know why they're trying to do this because it's not working. But I guess they're so desperate they'll try any angle.
I'm just sitting here kind of in shock.
Here's some more clips from episode 16.
I feel really powerless, and I feel
She feels powerless because she's lost control of the family. She thought that she could put these ridiculous demands and that they would follow them like they have done for over a decade. They've let this woman put more and more ridiculous demands on the family. They moved because of her and her kids, and she made sure to get their names off of properties and take up all the resources that came from those properties in Vegas and put them into the house that she's in. She got really, really greedy. And honestly, she shot herself in the foot because she didn't realize that these women feed her. Let's be honest. You know, her salary and Cody's salary is a decent amount, decent salary. But the way these two spend, they needed those extra wives' incomes. That's what kept them afloat. That's why were able to buy this $2.1 million home because of all the money they got from their hoes, their work hoes, because they were pimping these women, and these dum dums was really like giving them their money.
just more of my dreams slipping away. It's more of what I hoped for slipping away. I just don't know how to let go. I fought.
That's what it's all about. It's about Robin's dream, her vision. You keep hearing her say, "My dreams, my dreams." She doesn't care about the family. She wanted to be the head wife, favorite wife, and she wanted the family to know the pecking order, which is her and her kids are priority and everybody else is below them. And she pushed really hard to establish that hierarchy when she moved to Flagstaff. And it blew up in her face because then she came up with these ridiculous rules as the head wife, and they had enough of it. They had enough of Robin, they had enough of Cody, and their bullshit.
About this for a whole year or two with Janelle. We're not in love. And it's not just me.
Couples fall in and out of love.
Yeah, for 15 minutes, I can be mad enough at you to think that I could leave. You caught me in a couple bad times where I verbalized that, and I wish that I would have.
I'm really shocked at his arrogance to tell her that he would leave. Like, you don't have a prenup with her. She could take 50% of everything that you own, and it's a lot. But these two are so bad with money, neither one of them will survive without the other. And so now that they don't have their crutches, which is the sister wives, I'm really want to see how they survive now that it's just those two managing their money. I mean, they might have an accountant that might keep them afloat, um, you know, but once this show ends, these two bums haven't worked in oh, over a decade. I don't know what they're going to do. They're not the popular ones of the show. And so maybe this is why they're trying to rehab their images because they know that it's going to come to an end and they need to be likable, but it's far and few in between people that really are falling for Robin Tears, falling for the Cody drama and the uh, talking out of both sides of his mouth and lying. They're not being honest about the fact that they planned this. This was planned, and that this conversation that they're having at Coyote Path is staged.
Very sorry.
You were mad at me?
Just mad at the situation enough.
But why would leaving me have something to do with that?
Just
He wanted to leave you because he's blaming you for the situation. He thinks it's your fault because he listened to you. You made those stupid rules that ran his moneymakers away. So that's why he wants to leave, Robin.
that's my point. It's a very silly thing. But when you really just don't want to be around each other.
Me and you?
No.
Oh.
Oh, God, Robin.
Me and Janelle
Keep
don't
up.
want to be around each other. She wants to do things different than what I want to do. We're just not matching up.
I just still think that they could work it out.
Robin is so delusional, it irritates me. They, she does, Cody wants to control his wives, and he has. Janelle doesn't want to be controlled anymore. And so, because she doesn't want to let him control her, she isn't a good wife and isn't a good fit for him. And so, he wants her to be like you. But the thing is, he wants to control the other wives, but he doesn't control Robin. Robin controls him. She tells him what to do, and he listens. And they know that. And that's why they're sick of it.
I got an itch to move so bad. Just to get away from the energy of it all. Sweetheart, we gotta
You are the bad energy.
I gotta get out of here because this isn't gonna work for me because all the memory, all the energy of it, I just don't know. And here's the stupid thing. Okay.
He doesn't want to see, him and Robin don't want to sit in the damage that they cause. They want to run away from it because they blew up the family and they thought they could do it without being blamed for the demise of the family. And now that they're seeing that the public is blaming them and the other wives are blaming them too, they're like, oh shit, we need a new beginning, we need a new start. So hence the move to the different mansion because they're getting a lot of heat for this because this is sad the way they blew up the way him and Robin plan to blow up this family. It's crazy.
Kids in college, kids in great school. All right, so, but I want to move to Europe. I want to get away from this.
Ridiculous.
I can't see it or be bombarded by it or feel it anymore.
Cody, the kids aren't bothering you anymore. They cut you off, and that's your gripe. You're mad because they're not chasing you down for a relationship. They just moved on. The kids that you rejected, the wives that you rejected, they're moving on, and you don't like that.
Gosh, having such a hard time.
Oh, Robin, please.
It's the way that it is.
I just,
Will you accept me as monogamous? Is there a problem with that?
Obviously, no, she accepts you. She ain't going nowhere.
having an identity crisis. Yes, I'll always stick with him and I love him. This is not what I wanted for my life. I'm just sort of,
She has nowhere to go. You know, she can't go back into polygamy. And you know what? I want to squash this narrative that this thing keeps saying I had options and all these different men. In the polygamy world, she was 30 with 3 kids. They didn't want her. Cody only wanted her. Didn't nobody else want her. She had 3 dependents, number one, and she was past her prime. In their culture, the younger the better. And I'm talking young, young, like not even legal to marry young. That's how that's what they want. They don't want an old 30-year-old. And so they need to stop this narrative of she had so many options. Everybody was after her. What nobody after Robin? Because if everybody was after Robin, honey, she wouldn't have chose Dum Dum Cody. Please, she wanted to be on this show, and that's why she chose Cody. She didn't have a lot of options. Come on now.
Stuck.
And now she's older. Nobody's checking for her.
Whatever I've done in these marriages, they're done. Whatever happened between me and them, I'm done.
I'll tell you what you did. You stopped dicking Mary down. You starved her of affection. She got so desperate and went out there being sneaky on the internet, got caught up in the catfish, and then got shamed back into coming back to you. And all you did was punish her for stepping out, even though you forced her into a divorce. We'll get into that. You know what? I'm so sick of these two.
I'm done. I am not going to fix it with Mary. I'm not going to try and fix it with Janelle anymore. She's done with me.
As she should.
she's done.
Yes.
Like those words.
Yes.
Robin don't sound so excited.
I miss nothing. I miss the love of the children, and that's
Okay, but you're saying a lot of stuff about not loving them. Why are you
just
saying,
because I've been digging up the past.
when I met you, you loved your wives.
We
Now watch Robin work. This is her coaching Cody on what to say to try to rehabilitate their image.
working as a team. Listen,
No, that's not what I'm asking you.
yeah, I loved them.
Okay. Why are you
'Cause now we're
rewriting
not-
the past?
I'm not rewriting the past.
Yes, you have.
No,
Cody.
I'm not
You're
rewriting
like,
the
I
past.
didn't, I
I'm
didn't
being
love.
honest about it
Okay,
because
explain
you know
that to me because that doesn't make sense. He's getting pretty intense with me.
I'm a flip flopping fool when it comes to those ex-wives. I'm just rewriting the past. I mean, Mary's rewriting it like crazy. I'm rewriting them, I'm sure, because yes, I probably loved them. I had Robin convinced I was in love with them.
You were in love when you married him and like when you were together, right? Like in the beginning? Like, I mean, like,
Don't make me compare, please.
compare. I'm just trying.
I didn't know.
You didn't know what?
What it was right, what it was like to really have deep, divine love. Okay? I didn't know then. I must have sold her something special because she came in wanting to be part of this special thing. And now that it's fallen apart, it's messing with her. Before you came in the family, I'm positive.
Well, at least he admits that he conned her into believing that he loved these women. He put on a show. So he's I believe that to be true, that he put on a show for her. And I believe that he had been putting on a show for these other wives, that he loved them. I believe he's been lying since day one. I believe him when he said he never loved these women.
That I know that I had two wives that had already considered leaving. You want to know the craziest thing?
I want to know who the two wives were.
College, and he has a little tryst. I was a naughty boy based on my faith.
In love with each of them, though, right? Like you're saying a lot of really different, strange things you never said before about
You heard it before. Shut up, girl.
not loving them and stuff. It's been weird.
What do I have to say to make you actually let it go?
Mhm. Danny told her to get a life.
I need you to let that go for me and not hold it against me. Because we both agreed eventually.
What? Who?
Janelle and I. Just like Christine and I. Just like Mary and I. We all agreed.
Mary wasn't fully agreed. She just didn't. She couldn't do it anymore.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm sorry.
She wanted to say you pushed her out. That's why Mary agreed, which is the truth. He did push her out. I think Robin wanted Mary to stay though, because she had Mary wrapped around her finger like Cody. So, and she was hoping that Cody would just like throw her a bone and keep her going, but he wouldn't do it. I think he felt guilty leading her on after a while. He was just tired of it. It wasn't funny anymore leading these women on. He wanted them to move on. And Robin didn't want things to change. She found it exciting. She enjoyed watching them be upset at how much he loved her. She enjoyed that. She liked rubbing their noses in the love that Cody had for her.
Thought we would, be like those other plural families where, they finally got it figured out and they got over whatever the issues and stuff and found their friendship and found their peace.
I
And
wish I believed that. I don't think I've seen it
where
anywhere. They're all working out their stuff still. Till they're dead. It's not fun. I don't know love. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm not trying to be cruel to Robin. And yet it's just heartbreaking to her when the reality finally hits right in front of her.
And that's the only one he cares about. He don't care about how he hurt the other wives. He does not care. He just cares that he's hurting Robin. And that's what's so and disgusting. He don't even care that he hurt the kids. Talking about I miss the love of the kids. I'm like, please. He misses the attention of being the center of the attention of those kids. And that's it. He doesn't miss the love. Well, he misses the attention. He doesn't miss having a relationship with them. He said the love of them. So like them loving him, that's what he missed. But he doesn't miss the relationships with them, and that's yeah, that just gives me the ick.
You're right. I need a new dream. We need a new dream because this one's gone. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's get home before it's dark, okay?
Talking about we need a new dream. We gotta go suck out the life of someone else. You know what? So I think I want to play a clip. Okay, here's a clip of. So also I wanted to talk about a clip from episode 15 because I couldn't find it when I was talking to you guys, And in this clip, Mary talks about the legal divorce. Like we've all, if you've been following the Sister Wives things, we've all been screaming at the screen saying that this was planned. This was not just something that happened organically. This was planned from day one, from when Robin and Cody got together. They were planning their exit and how they would do it. And they wanted to collect all the funds they could from these wives. And so that's why I believe that they got the wives in a position where they were in power, because each of the wives had a property when they were in Vegas. They were in their most financially strong position, and they wanted to uproot them and get all those funds. And how did they do that? Was under the ruse of, it was always uh, for the betterment of Robin and her kids when they took from the family. So the move to from Vegas to Arizona was because Dayton got into a college in Arizona, and no one wanted to be like, no, Cody, we can't go with you because we like it here. That no one wanted to be like, make it seem like they didn't support Dayton going to the school. So, of course, they followed him to Vegas, not unbeknownst to them that they were going to give up the proceeds of their houses, in particular, Mary and Janelle, and they were going to put it into Robin's house. And so they did that so that they could get control of Janelle and Mary, because Mary had no real reason to stay. Her kid was grown, out the house. You know, she didn't have any young kids that latched her on to Cody like Janelle did. Janelle still had younger kids. And so he got all their resources. And then, I'm sorry, y'all. I got to do it. My lips are dry as potato chips. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. So anyway, and so they got control of those two wives. Christine was smart enough. She saw the play. See, remember when Christine said that Robin was planting the seed of the divorce, the divorce, the divorce? She saw it. Christine was smarter than Janelle and Mary put together. So Christine knew, I got to have me an exit plan. So she made sure that she took the proceeds of her house and put it into another house. She was the only one of the other sisters, the OG3, that bought a property because she knew something was fishy with those two, and she knew they were in cahoots. And the other two were blinded by the faith. I think Christine at that point, in my opinion, was falling out of she wasn't as indoctrinated as Janelle and Mary. I think her commitment was decreasing because she saw some things. So anyway, let's look at this clip from episode 15 of Mary talking about how Cody was when she divorced and what her thoughts are about the divorce now in hindsight.
6 months that of that he wasn't staying with me anymore.
It was an easy out for him.
Tell us this.
You handed it to him on a silver platter
Mm-hmm.
because of your goodness.
Yeah.
Question if at that time he already kind of had this plan in mind.
And did.
You can just do this, it'd be easy transition. Did you think that's what it was going to turn into?
We talked about it. We were very worried. Yeah.
They know. And here's the thing though. Mary just feels like so dumb in that conversation. But she wouldn't listen to them. I'm sure they told her this. I'm sure they told her not to do it. Everybody probably told her not to do it, and she did it anyway, believing in Cody's lies. And so she wanted so badly to be in the in crowd, in my opinion, with Cody and Robin, that she did that in hopes that she would gain favor with him. And she failed to realize is that Cody was no longer in love with her or cared about her or those kids. He was done with them. When Robin came in, he was done with them and was planning his exit. He was trying to figure out how to get out of this situation and away from the family and with Robin. And COVID gave him the perfect opportunity and the perfect cover to um, use that against them as a way to keep them away because he couldn't keep them away without it looking like what it was. And so Mary deep down I think she knew that they was playing her and they played on her heartstrings. They knew that Mary loved those kids, really wanted to be a part of the Robin and Cody show. And so they knew that she would do anything to please him. That's hence the covering up the fact that he went and pursued Robin and then he brought it to Mary to cover it up and make it seem like, she encouraged Cody to meet with this woman and to pursue that relationship. They knew they could get her to do almost anything because she was desperate for the love from him. And I don't think she realized was that he fell out of love with her, I believe, within the first year of their marriage. I believe he was done. And that's why he so quickly took on a second wife, like he said, to dilute their marriage and to have a distraction in there because they weren't getting along and he didn't like her anymore. And because they were in this faith that shunned, well, frowned upon divorcing, he just kept collecting other wives to pretty much put a barrier in between him and Mary. That's what I believe. And she was so wrapped up in the past and in that fog of whatever that whirlwind romance that he created for her because he was doing a lot of lying and manipulating and um what did he say he was doing for her? He was trying to reaffirm to her that he really loved her and was committed. And that's why he acted like he was in love with her when he knew he wasn't. And so Mary really got duped. It was just really sad because they knew that to use the kid thing, like I said, I'm gonna go back to that. They used Dayton to move out to Arizona. They used the kids being taken away from the family as a way to get Mary to sign over pretty much her life, all that she was entitled to. And when she did that, she also signed over the protection that the other two had. Because even though Mary was annoying, they knew that she wouldn't do anything shady to them. She had her selfish ways, but she they knew that she would look out for them more than Robin did. And so Mary's talking about she thinks Cody had this planned all along. Girl, you should be looking at Robin. Why is she never looking at Robin too? Why isn't Robin a part of that conversation? Because those two are like this. Cody and Robin are hand in hand. I believe they sat down like coach and player and sat and thought about how they were going to finagle this situation to not make it be real obvious what they were doing was planning their exit. I don't know how they didn't see it and protect themselves better. In particular, Mary and Janelle. And I think it's because Robin and Cody, they were far removed from the religion. They were putting on a show. And because they put on such a good enough show where he was doing like the Bible studies and all that, and acting like he was still believing into the faith, they were blinded by that and was not paying attention to how he was moving.
That legal divorce was so impactful for me because when I got married, there was one ceremony. The ecclesiastical authority that married us had the legal authority to marry us as well. So he performed the marriage. That was the religious and spiritual sealing, as well as the legal ceremony. He signed the paper, we're done. So now we're basically unsigning the paper. Like, I had a lot of heartache around that because I honestly I didn't feel like emotionally supported during all of that.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like I should be.
Why should you not?
That's sad. Like that religion really like messes with your head. And people will use your religion against you. And I think that's what would happen with Mary. Like they used her religion against her because they knew that she was really devoted to her religion. Um, but Mary, you gotta own some accountability. He told you that he didn't want you to have claim on him. This is before he legally divorced you and that he melted down your ring. That should have been your hint. Why weren't you paying attention, Mary? But I also know that he likes to play head games and he would. But men like him who like you to chase them and know that you're more into them than they are into you, they will use your love against you. And he knew that Mary wanted to please him. Mary wanted his love and affection and attention. And he knew that he could get her to do anything. He knew it. And he knew that um, Robin could get her to do anything because she had her so manipulated until up until this day, Mary thought they were friends.
Be emotionally supported through that.
because it's not really a divorce. Even
Yes, it is.
the logical part of me saying no, you still have the spiritual side of the marriage. It felt emotionally like I was getting rid of like the whole marriage. It was
Mary, how could you feel like that you still have the spiritual marriage when this man melted down the fucking ring and said that he threw it away pretty much and that you didn't have claim on him? Hence, AKA, you're not my wife. Like a wife has claim on her husband. He melted your ring down and told you he didn't want you to have any claim on him. This woman is horrible at reading social cues. Horrible.
so hard. And I had to tell myself all the time, no, it's not. We still have that spiritual marriage, and it's not any different than Christine and Janelle and Robin had been. If I were to consider myself not married after that moment, then I consider Janelle and Christine and Robin all not married. But the emotion of it was still there. Janelle and Christine and Robin, they're never going to understand that because it was never part of their marriage.
Okay, Mary, you get to three right here.
I was putting a lot of pressure on myself to be like, you are wrong for feeling like this. You should not feel like this. I was also getting it from other members of my family. So I'm
I
like,
would love to know who it was. I know it was Cody, but was it Robin? What I think it was Janelle. I think Janelle was telling her to not feel this way because Janelle really believed Cody. She like Janelle. I don't know. I'm sorry. I hate to say this. Janelle is stupid as hell. Janelle is really stupid as hell. She let this man and this woman walk away with her retirement money and everything she owned. And Mary at least has some kind of money to the side, you know. But for Janelle to be the quote unquote the bookie, the accountant, she was the dumbest one of the group. She had no investments. Like what the hell?
why am I feeling like this? I shouldn't be feeling like this.
Maybe on some level you knew
Yeah.
it was breaking more.
I was afraid because we had been for a while, quite a while before that. We had been kind of in a tough spot.
Yeah.
And I had kept putting off doing it because I wanted to be in more of a secure spot with him. When Cody and I got the legal divorce, it was something that we
You know, Mary, you would have never been in a secure position with a person like this. He was being fake. He said everything he needed to say to get you to sign those papers. And then once he got you to sign them, he ran off in the sunset. Didn't even try to keep a relationship with you. After a while, he just said, "Fuck it."
had talked about together for years. But at the time that it actually happened, I was the one who made that move and went to go talk to the lawyer first because I was just in a place of let's just do it. Let's just rip the band aid off. Let's just get it done.
And it was partly probably because he was ignoring her so much that she was just like, she was probably hoping that this will make it better. All right, if I give him what he wants, because obviously he don't want a relationship with me right now, maybe things will get better. And so that's why she did it. She was like, because she knew he was giving her attitude. A big part of it was because he wanted out of the marriage. She deep down she knew.
I kept thinking if we can wait until our relationship is stronger, then I'll feel better about doing it, and I'll feel more confident, and I'll feel more secure in our relationship. But that was never going to happen. Obviously, it was within 6 months that he quit coming around.
He got you.
Full thing there too.
Mary came to me saying, we need to just do this divorce on paper so that you can adopt Robin's kids. In my mind, we were just shuffling
He's full of shit.
legal paperwork. Mary and I, after that divorce, left Robin and went to dinner together. Again,
Lying.
we probably went home and made love. I mean, I'm just like, don't
Boy.
breaking this up.
I think it's kind of disgusting that he would bring up a potentially intimate moment with somebody that he's divorced from, because I can guarantee you that he would never talk about those moments in the setting with his wife.
And what?
We're not in the kind of relationship at that time that we would be doing those kinds of things.
Exactly. But we've already reviewed this part. So anyway, Maria got duped. Poor thing. But it was nice to finally hear her say, like, yeah, I got duped. I think this was planned. She really didn't want to believe it, but once she sat back and looked at all this the s- the nuances of it, how everything happened, she knew. But you know what? I hope she's in a better place. Tell me what you think. Do you think this was all planned? I do. I think Kim and Robin sat down 13 years ago, and this was 13 years in the making of planning. Anyway, make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you leave a 5-star rating. Y'all have a good night.